Thank you for staying with us on Focus today. On January 14, Princess Dr. Cheryl Halpern, the international co-founder of the Visions of Peace Initiative, received the Medal of Peace, the Indonesian Medal of Peace. Princess Dr. Cheryl Halpern was presented with this award in recognition for her continuing efforts to promote civility and tolerance throughout the country and focusing especially on Indonesia's youth. The Medal of Peace was conferred by the Indonesian government through the Ministry of Education and was bestowed upon Princess Dr. Halpern by the Sultan of Banten. The formal award ceremony was attended by more than 600 guests. To know more about this issue, I'll be speaking with two guests in our studio today. Princess Cheryl Halpern as international founder, the Visions of Peace Initiative, and also Princess Natasha Dematra as executive director of Vopi. Hello, thank you for joining us this afternoon on TVRI World Indonesia. So first of all, of course, congratulations for the award. So how do you feel of receiving this award?
I must tell you, I was completely humbled and overwhelmed to receive this award for everything that I've been doing together with Natasha to promote peace, tolerance, and civility since 2017 when we founded the Visions of Peace Initiative. So really, from my heart, I can't thank the government and the people enough.
What do you think about this award?
I feel that this award is very special because it came from the Department of Education, and we feel like what we've been doing with the Visions of Peace together is to educate the young generations. So we feel like this very, very special.
Okay, so what is actually the meaning of this award? Can you tell us?
The Visions of Peace Initiative was founded to teach the golden rule. Do unto others as you would want to have done unto yourself. And conversely, do not do to another what you would not want done to yourself. It is really the universal value of civility, of tolerance. Unfortunately, it's not part of the human genome, and it needs to be taught. It needs to be taught to the young, to the youth, who are the vanguard for leadership in the future. So that's what Natasha, her father Damien, myself started to address. And the uniqueness of Indonesia, with a motto going back to the 1400s of Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. The notion of respecting diversity and from that creating unity. In our world today, where we are seeing so much violence, cyberbullying, harassment, the youth need to be retaught, and they need to emerge energized and committed to tolerance and civility.
Do you also think the same?
Yes, I totally the same.
All right, so what is the difference between these awards compared to other awards?
Well, this is from the government. It's recognition by the government, by the Ministry of Education, for what we together have been able to achieve here in Indonesia. Since 2017, we've had more than 150 events going to schools, orphanages, even the juvenile detention centers to engage with the young people here in Indonesia. And hopefully, given global communications today, they will be icons, they will be role models for their peers with whomever and wherever they engage. So we move forward, and it's wonderful to have the government acknowledge what we've done as a not-for-profit, separate and distinct from the government.
Okay, so what do you hope to be achieved through this award? Or after this award, what are you going to do in order to extend the effect of this peace and tolerance value that you would like to share with others?
Well, we did a documentary called The Golden Rule, Do Unto Others. And it has been screened here in Indonesia to young people, where they've been able to ask their questions afterwards. And it's been fascinating to hear what they are taking from this whole notion of the Golden Rule and the ethic of reciprocity. How they are being challenged in their own homes, schools, communities, to be tolerant with one another. And going forward, as you've asked, for 2025, to continue here in Indonesia, to continue throughout the world. And this documentary was actually nominated for an Oscar in the United States. We didn't make it to the final cut, but nonetheless, to achieve the recognition that this is a lesson that needs to be taught here, globally, because the world is so lacking in justice. The next generation better stand up and be courageous with strength to achieve respect.
All right. How about you, Tasha?
I think going forward, like what Princess Cheryl was saying, we hope that we can keep inspire the younger generations in Indonesia and inspire many people, and hopefully that what we have done with the Visions of Peace initiative could continue to continue to change the lives of the young generations.
Okay. Well, we know that the youngsters these days, they are very involved in social media, for example. So what do you think is going to be the best strategy in spreading the value of tolerance through social media? Can you share your comments on that?
I think what we have done together so far with more than 150 events, I think we have created more like many people together with the Visions of Peace initiative, focusing and supporting the tolerance and peace. But I think how do we choose to use social media, like what you said, is that we've been using medias, and we've been many medias have this coverage and everything. And I think by what we're doing is that we're also teaching them how to use social media politely and nicely, by not using it for hate or intolerance, but using it for the positive changes instead of the negative.
Okay, so I would like to ask you questions because you know, your organization probably have meet with other organizations from other countries. Do you think we should do something different or more vigorous in order to spread more tolerance in the youngsters these days?
It's interesting that you asked that question, because it was what was asked to the two of us today at a screening, where the young people really don't know much about other faiths. One of the questions we asked to a group of Christian students, how many of you know about the Hindu faith? And they didn't. We need to provide opportunity for young people to meet one another and learn from one another. It's getting together, for example, for a holiday. If you were to take Muslim, Christian, Hindu students and celebrate Christmas, what goes into that together? Or what goes into Ramadan? What do you do when you break your fast? Learn about each other's traditions. We are all children of the divine creator, but we need to learn that we share values. There is an overlap between religious values, and we need to respect each other accordingly.
Yes, that should respect each other. What about you, Natasha? Do you have any suggestions on what the government should do in order to, enforce more tolerance value among the youngsters in Indonesia?
I think it should start by actually what we're doing with the Golden Rule. Perhaps if the government could teach the Golden Rule at school and make it as part of the curriculum.
What is the Golden Rules again?
You want to say it, Cheryl, the Golden Rule?
The Golden Rule is do unto others as you would want to have done to yourself.
Okay.
Conversely, don't do to another what you wouldn't want to have done to yourself.
Okay.
The ethic of reciprocity.
Okay, have you talked to the government about this? And
Not yet, actually, but maybe today is a good place to say it. Maybe they watch it. And actually, this Golden Rule has been put in curriculum in the U.S. a long time ago, right? Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know why we shouldn't copy it in Indonesia.
Okay. Okay. One last question. Do you have any, like maybe hopes for the Indonesian youngsters? For example, since we are going to be able, or we are pledging to achieve Indonesia goal in 2045. What do you think about that?
The messages for the government?
Yes.
Actually, I think if we speak through the visions of this initiative, I think that tolerance is number one. I think we should all remember that our motto is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, and unity in diversity. And I think many people know about it, but they don't know how to apply it. And I think the government has to be the role model of showing what Bhinneka Tunggal Ika is. And I think that will create the nation to be a better nation and make it more peaceful.
All right. Thank you very much. Very well said. Thank you very much, Natasha. And thank you very
so
much,
much,
Cheryl
Val.
Helper, for being with us today on TV Our World. We'll be back with more news. Stay with us on Focus Today.